Welcome to Unfiltered Three, spilling the tea with
Cece,
Autumn, and Brie.
Hi friends! How are you guys today? You should put in the comments what is up, what you've been up to.
Yes.
But we have a fun episode for you guys.
Lots of giggles.
Yes. We're going to do some tarot readings based off of our episode last week where we talked about our future goals for our summer and all the endeavors we want to go on. And so I think this is gonna be fun and quite entertaining.
Yes. We have a bit of wine in front of us, hence the Tipsy Tarot.
Mm-hmm.
And Autumn and I have already gotten a margarita in our system.
They are way ahead of me.
And we're all infamous for fucking up our words. So
And we're gonna be reading from a book.
Yeah.
This is gonna be great.
Oh, so just bear with us and laugh.
Yeah, grab a drink, sit back, relax. Before we get into the tarot reading, we are just going to quickly go over our goals are if you want to fully listen to them, because we might not even remember everything, but we did not write down these goals. Go back and listen to last week's episode and then come back here.
Yeah. So I think as far as like our shared goals was like the beach and sun,
Yes.
wanting to get some us time. And then just I think being kinder to ourselves,
Always.
That mental health aspect of giving ourselves grace. Wow. Giving ourselves grace and just being compassionate to ourselves.
Yeah. I know I had talked about some projects getting done, like the porch, but mostly I think it was me focused on making myself better. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know I had the goal of hiking, which we've only gotten more physical ailments since that. But, it'll happen. It'll get there. We included the goal of hiking a very popular trail in the Adirondacks. So that's our goal for fall.
Awesome. That's awesome. I think I had also had a project. I wanted to finish my desk that I bought 3 years ago. And then I think it was just doing more like outdoor activities as far as like, I don't know, it was like yoga and kayaking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was stretching.
Bless you.
Yoga, kayaking.
Lost my train of thought. Oh.
My train of thought blew out of my nose.
Yeah.
God damn it. Sorry, I pictured it. This is your thought.
Yeah, words.
But like, the Harry Potter, the one that you always talk about that, but then it blew out of your nose.
Ew. Yeah, we're all very visual people.
But yes, stretching.
Yeah, and I think it was just, getting my routines down for myself and stuff. And so, yeah. I think that's just like a quick rundown. Like Brie said, you can find more information on the episode prior to this.
Yeah, we're a little more coherent. We were tipsy.
We're definitely sober. So while we were planning this, we were looking up spreads for the tarot readings, and we saw 2 that we really liked. So we decided to mishmash them.
Yeah, one was for, general summer outlook, and the other one was for specifically goal planning. So we kind of wanted to mash them together. And if I sound a little off this episode, the allergies are getting to me. So I do apologize.
This is so flipped. My allergies are great. I'm so sorry, though.
I don't mind taking the pressure off you for a little bit. You deal with them 24/7, 364, I guess.
Don't mind me. I'm a mess right now.
Cece's stripping already.
I'm wearing John's shirt, so I'm like, ooh. I thought it was going to be cold tonight. Why is it so hot out?
I don't know. It's only the middle of May.
All right, so yeah, we mixed together 2 readings, and the overall goal of it is how to embrace the summer energy and aspire to our goals.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this plays out and how it ties into the goals that we each made ourselves and the goals that we made together.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. We'll be using the Antique Anatomy Tarot cards and maybe the Moonology Oracle for some. We'll see.
Okay.
So, to get started, our first card represents the summer.
Yes.
So we want to think about the overall energy and theme of our summer.
Kind of channel it.
I already popped out.
Stop. There's no way I can't laugh if you're going to make comments like that.
Like, what? Get your butt out of the gutter.
No.
Don't be popping out all over, okay?
Your reaction. No.
I mean,
so offended.
She was serious.
It makes life funnier, okay?
I mean, I agree.
Oh, no.
This is when we need a visual podcast. We need the video.
Yeah.
Because this shit would be gold.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I know, people be stealing my style.
All right, so the card that represents the summer is the sun. How perfect is that?
That is so perfect.
Welcome to Tarot ASMR.
Dun, 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 the sun. All right, numerology 19, astrological correspondence, none other than the sun. Element of fire, companion cards are the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune. The appearance of the sun card indicates that a new day has begun. All that is great in your life is illuminated by bright light, and it is time to celebrate. Everything you have worked for will now come into focus. There is no room for self-doubt or low self-esteem with this card. The sun fills your soul with warmth and joy. You may even feel invincible. Your talents and gifts are recognized, and you will be held in high regard by everyone you come into contact with. The sun encourages you to share this positivity with other people who in your life could benefit from your cheerful disposition. A little happiness can go a long way.
You know, I love that. That's how summers feel in general to me. So, like, the fact that, you know, this is going to be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow through with that.
Very good vibes.
Yeah. Were you going to say something? It looked like I was talking and then you were about to say something.
No, I just agree. I just like really agree. Like really good vibes, really positive, really like yeah, good.
Yeah. It's the season to, you know, get that shit done.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I almost, you know, if we're going to like take it and turn it into like our personal journeys or even like the journey we're sharing, I almost feel like this is like encouragement for us to definitely launch.
Yeah.
I got that.
Like, I got that feeling of, like, you're going to have that energy and motivation and dedication to like, be able to get all of this done, get that routine of it, and then that will follow through. And
that's how I was reading it, too. So.
I mean, if we get really deep and we start really talking about this, in that case, I mean, look at your work schedule opening up and, like, your mental load. And then my work schedule didn't change, but my mental load opened up. Yours got a little heavy.
Yes, it did. But it's all temporary.
And it's all still manageable. Mm-hmm. But it's like these things, it's almost like or encouraging or reinforcing. Reaffirming that the journey we're on is the right one. That's like all aligning. Yes. There we go. The word found me. I did not find the word. But yeah, no, that's definitely a good vibe to start off with. That's exciting for the rest.
Absolutely. Next is the energy we should connect with to help us align with our goals. So for this one, the card will suggest the energy or the vibration we should focus on to align and attract our summer goals.
Okay.
There's 2.
I'll sleep.
I know, I can't get too deep.
Tarot
Good night.
So for this one, we have 2 twos.
2 twos? A tutu?
Yeah, we're just going to walk around in tutus all summer.
I will pass. Although some of them can be very pretty.
We have the 2 of elixirs and the 2 of blades.
2 of elixirs and 2 of blades. Okay.
All right, the 2 of elixirs. This card represents 2 people uniting in love and compassion. The union is balanced and fair, and together they can reach new heights. While often signifying romantic soulmates, the 2 of elixirs can also represent a close friendship or beneficial business partnership. If you have been involved in a conflict or argument with a loved one, this card advises that all will be forgiven soon, as long as you approach each other with kindness and patience.
I feel like this reading is turning into our first reading.
I mean, I can see how these are aligned with us personally.
Yeah.
I think as we reflect on things, it's definitely going to be us. For sure.
Yeah.
How interesting.
What are your thoughts, Cece?
Our friendship and our blooming.
I like that word.
Yeah, relationship.
Okay.
I think that was very telling and positive.
What about personally in your personal goals?
I did not feel anything with that.
Nothing with like yourself?
No,
I mean, personal goal for yourself?
The relationship with
yourself.
Like, this
myself.
is the energy you need to embody to reach your goals. So it's like,
and we've been focusing on being better with ourselves. So I can, okay, now when you spin it that way, like I can see how that would really connect with that.
Yeah.
Especially with the things we talk about. So yeah.
Especially, you know, that relationship, if there's conflict within yourself, all will be okay as long as you approach it with kindness and patience.
See, this is why I like having conversations with you girls, because it's a different perspective, but it hit home with me. I wouldn't have got there on my own.
Yeah, that's why one of my favorite times that we do together is readings like this, because I feel like where we have natural conversation perfectly fine and it's very funny and fun. This is like a new way for us to share our perspectives while talking.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's a nice guidance.
Yeah.
It like sparks the conversation. Oh yeah, I do want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh, there is a point there that I wanted to bring up, and now this invites the opportunity to.
Yeah.
All right, so the second card that is representative of the energy we need to connect with our goals, to aspire to our goals, is the 2 of blades. The 2 of blades indicates that you have reached an impasse, usually with regards to a specific situation that requires you to make a decision. There are 2 options available to you, but you are missing pieces of critical information for both, which is holding you back. This, of course, leads to another choice. Should you wait for more information to come in or bite the bullet and pick one direction at random? Neither decision feels comfortable right now, but you have to actively participate in the obstacles you face in order to move forward. Keywords: decision, balance, and there's others, but I feel like those are the ones that truly stand out to me.
Okay, so the way that I view this, like in terms of the 3 of us and our journeys that we share, and how this would rope into our goals, because like a big one for me is releasing the podcast, and I do believe I touched on that the week prior. I think this is like, okay, we have the decision. Do we just fucking launch the podcast and bite the bullet, or do we keep pushing it off so that we can have all this planning and we can have the prep and we can have the self-esteem and have the confidence? And I feel like the first one is like, you're doing it right. Continue how you're doing it. But then I just got this sense of like, we need to just bite the bullet and do it and launch it. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I'm not saying tomorrow, but I'm saying this summer, like not push it back again. Commit to that date and see it through. That's what I got.
Yeah, people, you guys are listening to this still early on in summer, hopefully. You know, that's the goal. That's what I think we're at this point maybe trying to commit to. So this is probably one of our first few episodes. Yeah. Because it fits right, you know.
Yeah.
We've constantly just wanted to, to prep. We're Bree and I are planners. We like to know all avenues of all possibilities that are going to happen so we can prepare for them. But I feel like at some point you just got to bite the bullet. And then we've also wanted, backstock of episodes and stuff. Just be smart about it.
To be prepared.
Yeah, to be prepared. And I think that we are, and we're going to be.
Yeah.
We just need to commit.
Yeah, I think we're honestly very, very close. Like, you guys are probably listening to this pretty close to when we're recording it. That's what I think.
Yeah. But yeah, I got my vibe during that was that no matter what we choose with each project, each path is going in the same direction. Like it's all good. It's all that was like, there are different ways to do things, but you're going to end up just do it,
Yeah, that's what stood out to me is the actively working through the obstacles.
Yes.
And that's both with us and for me personally. Like, I am definitely the kind of person where if something's making me anxious, I am avoiding that thing, and then it starts to get worse, and it's almost like a form of self-harm at that point, because it's just getting so bad to the point where it blows up, and it's like, yep, see, you deserve this. So I'm definitely working on that. But I think that card is a good reminder of like, work through it. Don't just,
because whatever path you choose, it's going to be difficult, but you're going to get through it and you're going to be okay.
And we're right here.
Yes. Okay, don't make me tear up.
Righty. An action.
So this card, or cards, is an action we can take to help attract our desires. This card will provide guidance on a specific action or step we can take to manifest and attract our desired experiences and goals.
Ooh.
Well, that didn't hesitate.
No, they've been popping out tonight.
They've been popping. Cards be popping.
All right, the card that just jumped out. The Knight of Elixirs.
It's like my song.
It was beautiful.
I love you guys.
So, Knight of Elixirs. As a person, the Knight of Elixirs is romantic and loving and embodies chivalry. He appreciates beautiful things and approaches everything in life delicately. The sky is so dreamy that occasionally he gets lost in the clouds and doesn't follow through on his promises. As a situation, the Knight of Elixirs appears in a reading when a caring and affectionate disposition is needed. Relationships are on your mind, and this card is a good omen for moving to the next level if you are committed, or finding an ideal partner if you are looking. Keywords are romantic, chivalrous, delicate, and affectionate.
I love that.
I would like to hear your point of view, because that confused me.
Yeah.
Well, as a person, I just pictured it as like a child and how a child views the world. Like, view the world through the eyes of the child. There's a lot of innocence there. It's beautiful and breathtaking. Oh, the imagination, the sky's the limit sort of thing. And then I guess, that loving, almost like if something happens, having a positive outlook on it when you want to work through something with someone, having space for compassion and not, jumping to conclusions, working through it with peace and love, sort of that kind of energy is what I got.
Okay. I could see how that could apply to not only our situation, but even like our personal situations, just having that with yourself.
Yeah.
And then us, I mean, like we went through that bit of a hardship. I don't know if it's a hardship, but a bump, we'll say that. A bump in the road where we just needed to have that open communication conversation. And we were able to do that with love.
Yeah.
And it benefited.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah. It was good for me. Oh, definitely.
For sure. I mean, we have a future episode that we're going to talk about, how conflicts can actually build and strengthen relationships.
Yeah. I mean, the stronger you have to work together towards and through the hardship, why, that's only going to grow and make your bond stronger.
Absolutely.
And everything. Yeah. But I like when it says that, like, this guy is so dreamy that occasionally he gets lost in the clouds and doesn't follow through on his promises. So, like, don't get yourself lost in the clouds where you're focused on the shiny things. Like,
I think it comes down to like that saying of, I don't know the exact saying, so I'm not going to quote it, but essentially being present in the journey and not just the destination.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And that a lot of the memories and the feel-good vibes and, that fulfillment is actually in the journey to the destination you're so wanting to be at so quickly. And I think that's a lot of this. Like we're, maybe in the podcast way, we just want to do the damn thing, but we also want to make sure we're enjoying, like right now.
Yeah.
And then in like my personal way, I think I know who I aspire to be as a person, and I just want to be that person rather than taking it slow and absorbing who I am now and being okay with that and knowing that who I am right now is going to lead to who I aspire to be.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, for me, it definitely still connects back to that, like, anxiety avoidance. Part of me will daydream of, like, in the future, this is what I want to be. And then it gets stuck in that daydream instead of actually doing the steps because I'm avoiding it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I almost feel the three of us doing this together has made it easier to do this type of thing.
Yeah.
Because I know this is something that you and I, not podcast specific, but social media related, have had conversations over the years of wanting to dive in and all the different ways we could do so and what we could do. But it was always just like a fever dream of sorts, like not obtainable. And like now we're doing the damn thing. And the three of us doing it together is just, it's made it easier in a way.
Yeah, it's less daunting. You're able to have
share
that
the
support.
Experience. Yeah, and support and communication.
Yeah.
And if I make a mistake, I know my girls will say it's okay and help me through it. Absolutely. And that has helped a lot. Ugh, stop.
But then there's also those times of like, hey, I'm not able to post something today. Can you, step in for me?
Yeah, you've had my back.
Yeah.
It's going to be vice versa too some days, and, it's less daunting knowing that
it's not all on you.
Yeah, exactly.
The responsibility is shared in a healthy, equal way. Like there's no doubt in my mind that Bree and Cia aren't going to have my back, and there should be no doubt in their mind that I won't have theirs. And yeah, I love that. This is supposed to be fun, giggly, tipsy tarot. I was getting deep and emotional.
I know.
I love it.
But that's what we do. That's our trend. That's what led us to wanting to have the podcast.
Yeah. All right. Should we move on?
I think that was pretty clear, so.
All right, what's the next one?
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh boy.
That was my drum solo.
It's beautiful.
Thanks. Don't.
This needs to have a Tipsy Tarot Summer Aspirations featuring, and then like a band name for you.
Autumnal Rocks.
There's the giggles. I love it though. Trademark it. Put that in.
Autumnal Rocks. Wow. Yeah. Oh fuck, my cheeks hurt.
I know. I'm like, how red am I right now?
It's always me leading the giggles.
I just have to close my eyes, so I
crack myself up.
I can't.
Yeah, I need to get to the point where I'm like, all right, I'm not looking at Autumn anymore. But yeah, I can't not listen to you because you're in my ears.
Brie and I have this uncanny ability of being able to just look at each other and then have like a 20-minute giggle fit just from looking at each other. And it's like not breathing, stitch in the side of your body giggle fit.
Yes. Straight crying tears.
Oh. All right. What's our next card? I'll shut up.
Our next card was dun dun dun.
Oh, I won't do it again.
A challenge we will face this summer.
Oh, yes.
Dun dun.
I hope that's in what position should I dance? That's all I'm up for this summer. Thank you. All my challenges have been this spring.
So this card represents a specific challenge or obstacle you may encounter during the summer months.
No.
Immediately no. For you guys to know. For your guys' awareness, my brain doesn't want to work right now.
Just so y'all know.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
It just spit up.
2 cards.
Oh, I thought it was like 5.
It was 2. And they're both elixirs, so they're both having to do with emotions.
Oh, boy.
We have the Page of Elixirs first.
As a person, the sensitive Bree. God damn it. I was fine till I just saw you staring at the wall.
You can't look at her. You can't look away from her. What do we do? What do I do?
All right, I'm just going to stare down Cece and then she's going to get giggle fit.
Oh, no. I can't look.
It's gone from like...
I just spit. Oh my god, stop.
She was giving you the death glare
I
to
know,
like clown eyes.
I felt it.
I watched her eye, like her emotions change.
Oh no.
She was like,
Hold it.
I felt, I'm telling you.
So funny.
Page of Elixirs.
As a person, the sensitive, intuitive Page of Elixirs is there for you when you need her most. If you need a shoulder to cry on, she will be there to listen and to offer advice. Being so open, sometimes this page gets burned by people who don't understand her compassionate nature. Mm-hmm. As a situation, the Page of Elixirs asks that you take a moment to listen to others and really try to understand their point of view, but don't ignore your gut feelings if something seems off. Friendships and relationships are extra important to you right now, and you should be nurtured with tenderness.
Yeah. Initially, I first got off of that, the aspect of being too open to everyone. We are all very kind, compassionate people. Mm-hmm. And just figuring out, following our intuition on who is actually good for us and being able to be open with them is an aspect I got off of that, at least. I feel like there's more to it that I can't remember at the end, but that was my first initial gut reaction.
To me,
as far as a challenge.
Like, personally, it felt like, I'm a very sensitive and intuitive person, especially when it comes to someone else's emotions. I pick up so quickly on that. And it's almost like allowing myself to still be there for others because that is one of my love languages, but not taking the weight of their situation on.
Yes. Burnout. That was the word I was forgetting. Yeah. If you leave yourself open for too long for too many people or, whatever, and you take that on, you're going to burn yourself out.
And then just knowing that the people that I can be open with are the ones that like I fully trust. They should be the ones that I fully trust. Yeah, that's what I got out of that. And then like situation wise, I think it's almost like, okay, I'm also I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but it's almost like a toxic trait of mine that I'm like too good at understanding others and their points of view and their perspectives to where I almost put them first sometimes over myself, or like even over someone who means more to me, because I'm like, oh, that person, we got to think about that other person, even though they could not give two shits about me. Kind of situation.
It's a trauma response.
Yeah. And I feel like making sure I don't nurture that, but I nurture like these relationships.
It's finding that balance. Where that line lies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely felt it with these relationships right here in this room. I just remember you texting me going, hey, we're hanging out if you want to come. And I did, but I just knew that it wouldn't work out that night. And I felt really guilty because I feel like sometimes I should put in more effort, but I just don't have the energy right now. And I feel like I'm lacking a little bit. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I was in that moment where I was like, I know I want to and I know I should, but I can't.
Yeah, you just described, at least for me, depression,
It's just because I'm so overwhelmed right now. And so I'm like going and I need to like slow down a little, but I can't right now. And like I said, I've been very positive because I keep thinking it's only temporary, that I'm so busy, but it still gets overwhelming sometimes.
I also think that it's okay for you to have to set boundaries within your life during that time as well. Like, you should know that there is no expectation, but always a want for you to be with us. So if we invite you, you're not expected to be there. There is no demand.
I know, I wanted to, but I just knew I couldn't. So I was like, oh, how do I fit this in? How do I balance it? But I was already,
I think so in that situation, at least for myself, to try and give you advice if you want it. I don't know.
I'm always open.
I would either weigh the options that I have. So, everything that else that I'm fitting in, can I cut it down somehow? Because in this situation fulfills me where this one's taking from me. Can I shorten the one that's taken from me? And then if not, knowing that to continue the fulfilling situation that I like doing, I need to give myself the space to just kind of chill. Which is why sometimes I'll just be like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it tonight, because I know if I don't allow myself that time to just kind of breathe, even though I want to do it, I know I'll be beneficial to just kind of take my time. Bree's really good at it too. And through that, the next time you come, you won't have that weight.
Yeah.
You asked, I don't know if you guys have felt this way too, and that's why I brought up my depression.
Yeah.
Is, work, personal relationship that it sometimes is all enough, and then having to shower, take care of myself, meet my basic needs, that is completely draining me. And then I want to hang out with you guys, but I really just don't have the energy in me. And then I'm convincing myself that you guys are hating me because I keep not going or whatever. But having these conversations and building that trust in that relationship has helped reaffirm to me that, you don't hate me. No. That it is okay. And that once I get out of my funk, we'll be hanging out and having fun together.
Yeah. I just need everything to calm down just a little bit and then like focus more of the energy where I really want it. Yeah. But that's what I felt reading that, and like trust your gut, trust everything, because I had that gut feeling like I need to this. I need to invest in this a little more because I felt like I've pulled away just a little bit.
Maybe it's not even so much as a like physically having to do. Maybe you just need like a perspective change. So maybe you need to say, okay, my mindset today is going to, like, maybe I need to pull that motivation or whatever through hanging out with us. Like, you don't have to physically be there, but like the memories and the feelings of being, I don't know how to explain this properly with words now that I get like deeper into it, but it's almost just like, yeah, I'm hitting a really deep thought that I don't think I can vocalize. More, I'm like, I don't know how to properly word this. Okay, so I guess when I'm feeling that way, I used to be go, 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 go. Like when I was little, I was never home. I was always doing things unless I had to babysit and be home. Early adult life was like that. I mean, at one point, I was a full-time student with 2 part-time jobs, basically a full-time job. I was still getting 8 hours of sleep and still had a very active social life. Don't fucking know how I did it, but I did it. And I then experienced 2 years of really bad shit. And so I feel through building the relationship and the trust, but also just knowing, having that like warmth of the last time we hung out
Okay.
is enough. Like I just have that perspective. I don't know how to explain that fully.
I think I understand what you're saying.
For me, having that trust is, helping me not gaslight myself that time wasn't actually
yeah.
But one thing that also kept standing out for me talking through this is your and our collective goal of being kinder to ourselves and that relationship to ourselves, because an aspect of that is that when you're saying no to that is you prioritizing your relationship with yourself.
Yep.
And since that is also part of your goal, that is going to be a challenge for you because, that's new, that's hard, that's going to take time.
That's where I was trying to go. And then when you're doing that, having the perspective of, last time was really good and you felt this way and the next time's going to be really good and it felt that and it's going to feel that way. And knowing that being able to take that time for yourself, it's uplifting rather than, oh my God, they hate me. Oh my God, where you spiral down.
Yeah.
And we absolutely encourage that time. All of us are big, like, do it. Put yourself first.
Yeah. Oh. See, I knew I'd feel better. I didn't plan on talking about that. That was just like a glimpse and then, I don't know, I felt it and yay.
Yeah, the energy of the cards.
Yes.
The magic happened.
So I know we're kind of going down a rabbit hole, but that's fine. What are your love languages with friends?
Quality time is always
it's not words of affirmation?
I mean, words always help, but it's more like I'm not used to words of affirmation with friends, I think.
But do you like them?
I mean, yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking if that's more of what you need from us so that you feel more comfortable taking that time for yourself, you as well, however that works for you guys, that's a conversation we should have.
I think maybe just like being a little more open, like, so I should have just said like, I need this time for myself. Is that okay? Instead of
say is that okay?
But you know what? I'm not looking for permission, but
and that's kind of where the words of affirmation I was thinking.
Instead of beating myself up, going, I'm not doing enough, and they probably feel that.
No,
you can lean on us for support if you need that. Hey guys, I'm feeling really guilty about this right now. Can I have some reassurance? Because I definitely have said that before. I'm like, can I have some reassurance? Well, I know it's okay, but I need to hear that it's okay.
The other reason why I ask is because my best friends in high school, we used to write each other letters of how much we meant to each other. So if you need that from me, I will do that for you.
No, probably. See, me thinking about that right now, I'm tearing up. So no, too much.
That will go to my grave. Any note I get, I keep away. I have a little stash.
No. And so does my high school friend. She still has all of them as well.
Oh my God. Oh.
It doesn't have to be a letter. It could just be a 1-sentence text message. I'm just saying, if you need that, or we should have that conversation. Okay, next episode. Love languages.
Yes.
All right, to get back on topic.
Yes, the second card for a challenge that we will face this summer is the 10 of elixirs.
Oh, those are back to back. All right, 10 of elixirs. The 10 of elixirs is a very positive card to receive in a reading. There is a sense of comfort and harmony surrounding you and your loved ones, perhaps manifesting in a stable home life, enough money for your needs and then some, and someone special to share it all with. The future looks bright in terms of relationships with this card. Any past conflicts are forgiven, and an unconditional love is possible because of the mutual respect you share. Damn, if that wasn't a wrap-up of the conversation we just had.
I know.
Yeah, I almost feel like that it popped out as 2 cards as like that was just, almost like a clarifying card, like a reassurance of like it ties into this card.
Yeah. That shit you just talked about? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
That was right.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't a short and easy one.
I know, direct.
Y'all, is this about goals? I guess so. It all ties into goals.
As long as the last card is boat.
No, these are not Andrew's goals.
Right, next ties into the challenge. The next card is a lesson I must learn from this challenge. This card reveals the key lesson or wisdom you can gain from navigating and overcoming the challenge. Straight out. We have the King of Coins. The King of Coins. As a person, the King of Coins is realistic and a shrewd man who makes a name for himself through his career choice. He is a hard worker who takes a lot of pride in what he can accomplish. He may be a little too stubborn at times and struggles to open up emotionally to the people close to him. This card encourages you to be reliable for other people in your life who depend on you. Lead by example. Your involvement in business matters is heightened, and being realistic about your abilities will help you in new ventures. I feel like working through that challenge of, not burning yourself out with other people and, prioritizing your relationship with yourself will help bring about healthy relationships and that they can rely on you without you burning yourself out. Being able to still prioritize yourself, you're able to have that connection in a healthy way. And then being able to have that focus on the things you want to do and the career matters and, whatever, having more of that focus because you've worked through all of that emotional stuff.
Yeah.
I can't tell if I'm completely lost on this or I've had too much wine, but just...
I'm not going to lie. The struggles to open up emotionally to people close to him is hitting a little home for me.
Yeah. But I mean, as a lesson learned, that means working through that will help you with that.
That is true. And I would say within the recent years, you and I have had a lot of deep conversations that I have not had with others, along with you and I too, and Derek and I. And that's what matters. Just kidding. But I am getting there. I've been trauma. Gotta work through it.
Even if it's one small step, that's still, the lessons when it comes to, life lessons, they're cyclical. They'll come back. You'll learn them again. But you shed a layer off more each time.
I like that.
Yeah.
I almost, like, in a podcast perspective, like our shared experience with this is almost like, so, we're striving to make a career and name for ourselves right now. And we have a lot of pride in what we're doing and a lot of we're building that confidence.
Building.
Words. That we may be a little too stubborn and we may struggle to open up, but in doing that with our audience, is going to help us get to the goals that we want, which kind of reiterates what you said, but like to the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
The sneeze is coming on.
Oh no, don't sneeze your thought out.
And then I think situation, fuck off. And then situation-wise, I think, it says this card encourages you to be reliable for the people in life who depend on you. And I think that just reiterates what we talked about earlier about how, if you just mentally can't do it that day, C and I have your back, and vice versa. And how if we just continue to do that with open communication and, having that open emotions with each other, we'll continue to grow.
Absolutely.
And then your involvement in business matters is high-end. Like, that's just it's nail in the coffin right there.
Yeah. And I feel like that goes back to the card that represents summer as a whole, where we said, like, this is going to be the season where we're able to just get the shit done. We have that energy, that drive.
And the decision to get that shit done.
Yeah. I love it.
It's always in these moments where I'm like, okay, now let's go do the 900 things that we need to do.
Yeah, you feel that motivation.
Yeah, and then tomorrow I'll be like, why did I set myself up for this? When the high comes down.
So next, we have 2 more cards left. This card is something we need to embrace. So this card will highlight an aspect or quality we need to embrace, to embody, to full. This card highlights an aspect or quality that you need to embrace and embody to fully enjoy and make the most of your summer.
All right.
All right.
I said, now, ladies.
Yeah.
All right. Something we need to embrace.
Need to embrace.
They're really just popping out.
Damn.
Oh.
It's a 2-carder?
2 cards again.
Do you want to read both?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
What are they?
The first card is the 6 of Rods. Oh, they're 2 6s again. So we had 2 2s and now we have 2 6s.
Interesting.
And we had the elixirs, the 10 and 11, pretty much. We're back to back.
6 of Rods.
Just felt like I had to add that in.
You've been victorious in bed. Stop making me laugh. I see you start, and now I want to start, and then... You have been victorious in battle, and now it is your time to shine. The 6 of Rods asks that you hold your head high. Your accomplishments are the result of your hard work, and it's important to be proud of that. This card can also indicate that others recognize the effort you have made, and you could be offered a promotion. Remember that the caliber of work that got you this far will be expected to continue. There's no room for slacking or arrogance here. As long as you understand that, there is no limit to how far you can go. You guys are evil to do that to me. And now my nose is running. I can't.
I just have silent tears.
My mind can't get out of the gutter reading anything now.
Not falling into it.
It wasn't in the dirty.
It wasn't in the dirty.
Fuck. He was doing so well. Okay, I'm so sorry, Sia.
All right, we have been victorious. I feel like the energy of this card, what we need to embrace this summer is that like feeling of accomplishment. And whenever
giggles?
Huh?
And giggles?
Giggles.
Giggles.
Yes.
And we should be proud of it.
Yeah. I'm always proud to laugh.
But it's like that feeling of like you worked towards something, you achieved it, and then you're like, yeah, you're filled with confidence.
You get to soak in that goodness for a while.
Yeah, like that's the energy we need to embrace through this. Of like, we got this. This is gonna be a great summer. We're gonna do all the things, and
so pretty much the mindset that you have at the beginning of summer. And keeping that throughout all of summer, but also making sure we're taking care of ourselves enough so that we don't experience that burnout we experience every August.
Yeah.
Which is something we did touch on last week.
Yes.
What the fuckulent? I'm sorry. Sometimes my impulse is just do it. I don't know.
Autumn read the wine glass that she's been drinking out of this whole time.
That I bought her. Because they were just too funny. One says pothead and it has a pot with flowers, and Brie is a pot. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
Brie has a shit ton of plants.
Plant head.
But, and then this one is what the fucculent and has succulents, and they were just so funny. But cute. They're so
adorable.
Cute. That I had to.
I also need to point out that one of the key words is public recognition. Isn't that interesting?
Bone chilling.
Yeah, stepping into that energy of like realizing that, we are going to be in that public eye. Embracing that.
Yeah, which is like cool and scary at the same time.
The next one is the 6 of coins.
Take a penny, leave a penny is the essence of the 6 of coins. If you are in need, someone will give you what it is you're lacking. If someone else is in need, it is up to you to do the giving. There are lessons to be learned from the extreme greed of the 4 of coins and the extreme poverty of the 5 of coins. The 6 of coins is also about receiving money that you are owed. This can be from expected sources, perhaps an outstanding invoice, or from unexpected places. Maybe you've been overpaying your electric bill and are sent a refund.
Yeah, so for me, I always have this interpretation of the card because it's pulled up a lot for me when I'm going through shit. And it's that idea of like, you got to spend money to make money. You have to embrace the energy in order to attract that energy to you. So I lost my train of thought. But like, I always have this thing when I get that card of like, all right, I'm going to take some literal pennies and I'm going to put them out on floors or whatever, heads up. And that's me spreading a little luck to people. When you find a penny, pick it up all day long, you'll have good luck. I'm spreading that to other people. And I know that in return, that will come back to me.
Yeah, karma.
Yeah.
I like that.
So maybe that is also, again, tying in with the other card or, as a whole even of like stepping into that energy of accomplishment and confidence and all of that, that success will come and follow through with it because you are attracting it to you.
Kind of like that lucky girl mantra where you put it, you put that vibration out there, you're going to receive the vibration that you're putting out, right? So if we, put, ourselves fully into it, maybe even financially as well, we're going to see the gain from that.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just going to say my interpretation was completely different, where it was more emotional about like treat others how you want to be treated. And that is where you're going to be prosperous.
All you see is Ollie's arm.
Yeah.
You saw it?
Yeah, it's underneath the door frame.
Look at him. I can't see.
If you look,
if you even just
kind of move my mic a little.
If you guys look back on our TikTok, I have a video of Ollie doing exactly what he's doing right now, wanting to be let into the room, and he's just swinging his paw around.
That's so funny.
He says,
I just looked down and there wasn't even noise at the time that he was doing. There's been some noise, but it was just his paw going.
He's trying to unlock the door and let himself in.
He's like, you're talking about treating others Well, I lock you out.
Yeah, you're not treating me well.
I just told Andrew, come get your cat.
Oh, but yeah, that was the, like, how we were just talking about how we're always going to be there for each other type of deal. Like that, like, you know, treat others how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
They need a penny, give a penny, because you want that good karma. You want that good vibe.
Yeah, and what you put out into the world is what you're going to get back. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But also making sure you protect yourself as well.
Yeah,
I mean, it's been like a huge, huge sign during this reading.
Yeah, to trust your gut.
Yeah. I really like the idea of that. We should go do that. Let's go put pennies out, guys.
Oh, okay.
Whoa. Yeah, I was like, what's she talking about?
I'm like, are we having a ceremony where we just sit around a fire and write down our manifestations, embodying the energy that we want to put out there and burning it?
I mean, we could do that.
We could do that. We could totally do that.
But we could do that after we do this. We both have fire tables.
But yeah, I love doing that.
That'd be fun.
It's spreading a little joy.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. It's a nice feeling that comes with it. All right. So with that, last but definitely not least is advice. This is advice from ours and yours spiritual teams.
Mm-hmm.
What we need to know going into the summer. Overall general advice. Stop.
Why are you continuing to go? Do you feel the pull?
I felt like you need to keep going.
Because I'm like, why is she still shuffling? 4? Did you get the 4th one on the floor?
Yeah, there's 2 on the floor.
Oh, goodness.
There's 3 on the floor.
5 of those just for advice?
6.
There's 6?
But, you know, I did say it's all of our spiritual teams. So it's...
Hot damn, how do we decipher which one is which?
I think whatever you feel pulled to.
Oh.
This might be overwhelming for me, so let's see how this...
Then you just go along for the ride.
Yeah.
There are 2 major arcana in this. Just saying.
Okay.
All right, so the first is the 9 of coins.
All right. 9 of coins. You are overflowing with positivity and abundance while in the realm of the 9 of coins. Nothing can bring you down because your self-esteem is at an all-time high. The 9 of coins wants you to look at the fruits of your labor with pride. You have achieved financial security, emotional fulfillment, and good health. If this card appears when you are feeling lost and confused, it does so to serve as a reminder that the greatest investment you can make is in yourself. Next one.
Queen of Elixirs.
Queen of Elixirs. As a person, the Queen of Elixirs is mysterious and magical, nurturing and alluring. She is highly empathetic, often knowing what is bothering someone before they know themselves. A little shy, she finds it easier to be approached than to do the approaching, which can sometimes mean she is overlooked. Well, if that ain't fucking spot on to myself. As a situation, the Queen of Elixirs asks you to get in touch with your feminine side. Looking deep within yourself and getting to know your feelings and desires is necessary for long-lasting happiness. Your dreams may be full of messages and omens to pay close attention. Cece. That resonated with me for you.
I was thinking of you, so that's interesting.
I know I was too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking that's an autumn card.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we'll pull things from each of the cards, but I feel like...
Oh, I feel like as a person, 100%. As a situation, yeah. I'm pretty in touch with my feminine side, though.
What pulled me most of that part was seeing the messages, like being aware and actually taking in the messages that you receive, because you notice them a lot. They're trying to speak to you.
Like the numbers?
Yeah. That is exactly one of the easiest ways of communication when you don't regularly like work cards or something with them. It's the little signs they can leave you, even if it's like noticing a feather or like some kind of symbol that you see a lot. It's them trying to give you a message.
I've seen a lot of 3s and I've seen a lot of 4s lately.
And I don't think of it like being like open to your feminine. Like I think I took that more as like open to your feminine instincts. Like not, you know what I'm saying? That's how I viewed it.
I mean, I think that, yeah, like just being in touch with your feminine side. I'm very in touch with my feminine side.
Whenever I think of the feminine side, I think of getting in touch with that emotional vulnerability. And, the masculine is supporting that, and it's that kind of relationship where you can fully surrender and just be yourself. And I know you mentioned in a different part of the reading, something about the opening up to people and not.
In recent years, yes. I would say now I'm a lot better and I'm good at it. I wouldn't say I'm perfect. I mean, everyone, like I saw this meme earlier and it was like, growth is not linear. And then it showed, a whole weave of ups and downs.
Yeah.
And there was growth, off of each up and down. I would say probably prior to you guys, for a brief amount of time, with the exception of Grace, I didn't get to know people. I didn't really care to get to know them on a deeper level, just because I had been burned by too many people. But I would say now, I mean, it's not the most fun being just like emotionally vulnerable with people, but like we had a really good conversation last time you and I just hung out, the two of us in my bedroom. That was a very deep conversation. I don't even remember all of the things that we talked about. And I don't even think I remember them prior to that conversation. I think that was just like as we were talking, shit popped up. But yeah, I think I don't know which one I was reading now.
The Queen. I just see it as a callback to that talk we had about that cyclical nature. And I think that was connected to the challenges or the lessons or something like that. And that's whatever that is. It sounds like that's advice for that situation. It's just that little callback to it of like, hey, you're gonna get messages maybe. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, I definitely keep my eyes open. I point them out every time, but I don't go too in depth on looking them up. Partially because when I do notice them, I am in the thick of other things.
Yeah. I mean, in those moments, this is general advice for everyone. When you see a sign or something, take notice of what you were thinking of or doing or whatever in that moment. If you can write it down or log it in some way so you can look back and see the patterns or whatever, that will help you uncode the messages. But yeah, definitely taking stock of what's happening in that moment, and not necessarily general advice, although it may also come out as that too.
Yeah. I will say, I may just be the queen of elixirs as a person.
Next Halloween costume.
That fucking, yeah, I'll just be a skeleton. Or I'll be a bottle of beauty potion.
All right, the next card is the King of Blades.
King of Blades. As a person, the King of Blades is intellectual with a commanding yet calm presence. He is objective and fair, but can be intolerant of emotional people. This is tied into the impossibly high standards he has for himself, and this sometimes spills into his relationships with others. As a situation, with this card, you can break free from old bonds and start the process of getting your act together. Use your intellect and reason to remove obstacles and negative influences in your life. Think about what you would cut out of your life if given the opportunity, then take control and get it done.
That's the perfect advice card for that reading. I feel like that touched on everything.
Or my reading just now, or the reading as a whole?
The whole.
Okay.
Yeah, with all the emotions and not overwhelming yourself with other people's emotions and all that stuff. Next is the Hierophant.
The Hierophant. Numerology 5, astrological correspondence Taurus, element Earth, companion card Temperance. The Hierophant is one of the more traditional figures in the tarot and also one of the strictest. While his counterpart, the High Priestess, is focused on the occult and the power of intuition, he is focused on set principles, organized religion, and intense study. The Hierophant is the spokesperson for the divine. He asks that you search outside of yourself for answers, reminding you that there is nothing wrong with asking for help and looking to an expert for guidance. Who you can go to for wisdom? Sometimes the Hierophant appears as a religious leader, but he can easily manifest in everyday figures, such as a friend who always gives you great advice or a teacher who shows you a new approach to problem solving. Now is the time to seek them out. What?
No, well, I had said earlier, I love talking with you girls because you guys always give me a different perspective and kind of help me see things more clearly. And then that is kind of what I read from that. What I got from that is to have those people around you.
Exactly. As advice is, reaching out, talking to those people who, you look up to them, a teacher or someone who's in a supportive role, like lean on them.
Okay, y'all were just both staring at me and I was like, did I miss something? Alrighty.
Next is, I don't know why it got me to it. It sounded fun.
Okay. What the fuck you want?
All right. I almost said it again.
Alrighty. Is it the Fool?
Strength.
Numerology 8, astrological correspondence, Leo. Element fire, companion card, the Star. When we think of strength, we often think of brute force and aggression. But in the tarot, the strength card is here to teach you that sometimes the most effective form of power is quiet resolve and a calm demeanor. Strength asks you to have courage when facing your fears or when you come up against obstacles. You have the ability to endure all of life's problems. You just need to show a lot of patience and understand that grace and dignity come from within. Now is the perfect time to reflect on your values and assess what it is in your life that needs to change. Perhaps you have a bad habit that needs breaking, or you want to incorporate new mindful practices into your life. Your ability to do anything right now is heightened. Any cards calling your asses out?
Well, so far it feels like the rest of them are just kind of tying the bow at the end of our whole reading.
How nice.
We haven't read the last one yet, so maybe.
These cards like calling me out, though. In a gentle way, but they're still calling me out. They're probably like, we call Brie out on a daily basis.
Yeah, I mean, I feel it. It's like, yeah, I know I need to do that. And it's kind reassurance, but it's like, this is what you got to do.
Yeah. Blunt positivity.
Yes.
Like that.
Last but not least, the 10 of coins.
10 of coins. The 10 of coins brings fulfillment and gratitude. You have everything you need and a bit extra for security, and things are going well for you in your personal and your public life. Sharing that feeling of contentment is important to you. The foundation of this happiness is rooted in the home or another safe space, and nothing is coming to disrupt that. Being generous and kind to those who haven't reached your level of success is another aspect of the 10 of coins. When you are hustling and struggling, a kind word or a thank you went a long way to boost your mood. Did it not? Keywords: fulfillment, comfort, security, wisdom, prosperity, and foundation.
I love that.
That was a good wrap up.
That was amazing. And I got that same sense, give a penny, take a penny kind of vibe. Yeah. And I was like, oh,
It also felt like the reassurance. It's all going to work out. It's going to all be okay. You're going to be successful.
We're on the right path.
Yes.
We just got to keep moving forward. Making sure we keep that vulnerable. I think it's more so staying vulnerable in a humble way, too. Like, obviously, I'm going to be as vulnerable as I can with the public eye, but there is going to be a portion of that is going to be private.
Mm-hmm.
And that vulnerability between you and me and you and me and all of us together, I think that's what's important. And so long as we continue to do that and we have those conversations and we have that communication, and I mean, really it just all comes down to having that communication.
Yeah.
We're going to be golden.
Yeah. One other thing I pulled from that specifically for the podcast, at least, was the thing having to do with success. It tied into, like, we all have different levels of experiment.
Well,
my experiment stopped in high school.
It started
in biology.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Next episode. We all have different levels of experience when it comes to this stuff, as far as, you know, the marketing, making a podcast, you know, the creativity, all these different things that tie into making a podcast, and having that understanding and compassion and, you know, like you said, staying humble and like helping each other through it.
Yeah.
meeting people where they're at.
Yeah.
That can be applied to any of our goals throughout this summer. You know, we're all going to have our own goals, be busy on our own time, and also to stay communicative. And that's key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like overall, when it comes to looking back at the other cards too, it's just tied into what we have already spoke on with the reading, with, you know, working through your emotions, figuring out what is for you and what's not, letting go of what's not for you, and, you know, leaning on each other for support.
Yeah.
And then holding on to that energy of like, it's going to be okay, that fulfillment, that confidence, embracing that. And then, you know, at the end, that reassurance that it's going to happen.
Yeah. We went to do a 7-card spread. It's 15. It's more than double.
Yeah. They had a lot to say.
Yeah, they really did.
In their defense, they are reading for 3 people plus the whole audience, you guys listening.
Yes.
Because if you guys tied, you know, if you guys tied into any of this, come on, Brie, words. If you guys related to any of this, we definitely want to hear your insights, your stories. You know, you told us last week your summer goals. How does this relate to that for you?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I almost feel, you know, we've related it a lot to the podcast because I feel like that's such a significant thing in our life right now. But in a lot of ways, it resonated in so many other parts of our lives. So, you know, share that along with your goals and let us know. Do you like these types of podcasts? Do you want us to continue doing them? I think we will anyways.
We really enjoy them.
Yes, we do. I think they bring on, you know, a raw sense of open communication and conversation for us. And being able to just share those perspectives like I touched on earlier. Where, like, we're going to have our deeper conversations on serious topics that are a little heavy. But I feel like this is a way to kind of touch on those heavy topics, but in, like, a light sense.
Yeah. And I think through this, we're going to find our people. So if you're listening, and you're still listening at this point, you are our people. And we are so glad that you were here.
Yes. And we love you and we cherish you.
Oh, yes, we do.
But yeah, so I think that wraps up our tarot reading.
I think so.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of Unfiltered 3. Remember, we release new episodes every Monday, but if that's not enough, connect with us on our socials at Unfiltered 3, where we can uplift, inspire, and embark on this journey together. Thank you for listening and for being a part of our community. Until next time, take care and keep shining your authentic light.
Bye, guys.